Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird takes place during the 1930s in Alabama, a state in the deep south of the USA. The fictional town of Macomb, where the story takes place, was largely modeled on the small country town where Harper Lee grew up, Monroeville. This is a photo of the street she grew up in. Both Monroeville and Macomb are, like most other country towns in Alabama, cotton towns. Cotton was the driving economic force in the creation of Alabama, and perhaps the only thing keeping its citizens afloat after the Civil War and during the Great Depression, when poverty and unemployment were widespread. Farmers employed black people to work in the fields for very low wages. Racial tension was more intense in the South than the rest of the USA around this time, since the South had lost the Civil War and had to release their African American slaves. Up until the civil rights movements in the 1960s, racial segregation was enforced. The colored population was separated from the whites and had to enter places through different doors, had to sit in a special area at the back of the bus, away from the white population, and had to drink from a different water fountain. The colored children went to black schools, separated from the white school children, and often didn't have an education past the 5th grade because they needed to help work on the farms in order to help their family survive. They lived on the outskirts of the towns in shacks, and mainly came into town each day to work for the richer white families as maids or cooks, like Calpurnia, the maid in To Kill a Mockingbird.